friends, it's your art teacher, Miss Barnett, and today we're going to be talking about what happens next, or making a story sequence. So when we think about story sequences, a sequence means it's in order. So it's going to have a beginning, middle, and end. And the other word for beginning, middle, and end is plot. So we're going to tell a story through plot. Very exciting. So our story will have 4 frames, and I'm going to show you how to take your flat piece of paper and turn it into 4 frames. It's super easy, not hard at all. And then what I want you to think about as we're working on this today, I want you to think about what will stay the same in your frames and what will change. So think back to those 2 story sequences that we looked at from The Artist, with the dinosaur and the girl jumping with the horse. So remember, some things stayed the same in the frames and some things changed. So we should think about a story that will have a beginning, middle, and end, and what you want to show in your 4 pictures. So it could be something like hitting a baseball or reaching for a flower, something that has action, and you're going to show some movement, some changes in between your drawings. I'm going to show you how to fold our paper into 4 parts, 4 frames right now, and we'll get started. All right, guys, so I've got a 6-inch tall by 18-inch wide sheet of paper, and to make our first 2 frames, we're going to simply fold our paper in half and crease it down. So now we've got taken 1 long sheet of paper and made it into 2 frames, but we want 4 frames. So now we're going to take this end and fold it to the crease. Try to get it as straight as possible. Now we have 1, 2, 3 frames, but we want 4, so we're going to do 1 more fold on this side to the crease. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. I'm going to flip it over so it lays a little flatter for me and I don't have to worry about it curling up. And then we're going to think about how we want our picture to begin. So I think I'm going to do a picture. Now you could use crayons or markers for this. If you wanted to sketch your drawing first, you could. It is totally up to you. I think I'm going to start mine off with a boy who is riding his bike, and then I think what's going to happen next is he's going to pop a wheelie and do a jump and then come back down to the ground. So the things that are going to change is the boy's bike direction, and the things that will, and maybe his hair or clothing might be affected by the gravity or the movement. And then the things that will stay the same are the ground, and maybe we'll have some changes in the background. So I'm going to get started with my first picture, and you can watch. Here we go. All right, friends, so I finished my sketch for my first drawing. Now I need to decide what's going to happen next. So I think he's going to start to do a wheelie right here. So I'm going to draw this bike coming up off the ground. Here we go. All right, guys, so I've drawn his bike starting to come up off of the ground. Now I'm going to draw the back tire coming up off the ground because he's doing like a jump. And you can see too, I've changed the background here because he's going further down the road, but I've kept the sidewalk all lined up. So let's move on to the next panel or next frame and show what happens next. Here we go. All right, guys, so I've got my first, my second, and my third picture. Now I need to decide how this picture is going to end. I think he'll just be coming back down off of his bike and riding out of the frame. Here we go. All right, guys, here's my story sequence. I've sketched it all out. Now I'm just going to finish it out with some beautiful color. Remember, you could use crayons, markers, even colored pencils to finish this out. And I'm going to color it and you can watch. Here we go. All right, friends, here is my finished story sequence. I want you to pick something that is enjoyable to you. Maybe it's one of your favorite summer activities. Make sure that you show a beginning, middle, and end to your story, and that you're showing changes and something staying the same. I can't wait to see what kind of story you come up with. Let's get started.